Yo, what's going on? Pitmaster and Chef Daniel Hammond here, and you're watching the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast. Let's go, baby.
Welcome to Black Smoke Barbecue. We are a collaborative group that focuses on different aspects of barbecue from pitmasters from all across North America. Barbecue is a culture, and we discuss topics, ideas, and the methods of it on the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast. Our mission is to spotlight those lesser-known content creators in backyard barbecue, catering, food truck operations, as well as the African-American experience in modern-day barbecue. Sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and this is the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon from BKC Cooks. Y'all make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube to Black Smoke Barbecue channel. And also check it out, y'all. We have a Patreon. That's right. Get over there, get yourself a membership. It is quite affordable. We have a lot of fun over there, y'all. And we do a whole bunch of stuff that we don't do here on the free channel. So we get a little rowdy over there. So it's not necessarily for the kids, but believe me when I tell you, we always have a good time, y'all. And again, this is the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast, where barbecue is not just the code we live by, it's the culture we embody. And we have, like I said, we have a very special guest today. But before we get into all that, man, we got some brothers here on the pod with us. We're going to check in and see what's going on. Let's start with our editor-in-chief, Charlie from Maverick Barbecue. Charlie, what's shaking, bro?
I know you appreciate this, B. I'm trying to get me a free plane from Qatar. Really, trying to get a free plane.
Well, you wouldn't be the only one. You wouldn't be the only one. Why this would even be entertained, I do not. Even the people in his party were like, no. Like, for one, it's unconstitutional. It is the security risk. But if they give you one, man, I say go for it.
Hey, if they give me one, I'm going to take it. I watched the news. The dude said, I'm not going to turn out a free plane. He ain't stupid now.
No, I mean, he should. You shouldn't.
Right.
You should not.
I'm definitely not.
And why you say I would appreciate it, brother?
Man, because, you always in the air, man. You and Jeff. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a comparison. Who's in the air more, you or Jeff?
There's no comparison. East Coast Jeff all day.
I think so.
East Coast Jeff all day. Speaking of East Coast Jeff, we got Jeff Boyd from Outdoors with Jeff, our fearless leader. Jeff, what's going on, man? Are you in the sky as we speak?
No, I'm not in the sky. Look, I got off that red eye, and yes, I do more miles than you, but they're for work, not for pleasure. So
that's supposed to make it better or something.
Hey, but let me tell you one thing though. I keep those. I keep the miles now. I keep the miles, they in my wallet. They add up. So.
Oh yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And quick tip for y'all: stick with an airline. Don't go with the cheapest ticket. Those miles and perks, they add up. Same with hotel chain, y'all. Just a quick tip from a seasoned traveler. Be loyal and trust me, they will take care of you. Charlie, you haven't fired up the grill in a while.
I haven't, but I am going to, because the other day, my wife was like, you know what you have to do again, right? I was like, no. She was like, jerk chicken. Like, all right, game. So in a couple of days, once that marinade sets in a little bit more, it's going on to Santa Maria.
You dirty dog. You're going to get all the way down to the bone, huh? I understand.
Nice. Yeah, man. I got to find a day where it's not raining, because we're in like a little monsoon season right now. But, boy, when that sun comes out, we're getting it in.
Well, we got record heat this week. We're in the 107s.
Already?
In May. Yeah, it's, trust me, it's smoky out there, brother.
Country style is going to be a little hot now, because I saw it's going to hit 90 on Friday here. And we ain't too far from
brother. Country style, I am expecting it to be as hot, if not hotter, than it was last year. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm hydrating now for country style, bro.
Would you judge me if I brought a kiddie pool?
Hell no, I wouldn't judge you. I would praise you. I would praise you as I splash my ass in there. Scoop lasha. You better believe it.
You got to say that sound effect again. What was that sound effect?
Scooplasha.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Now spell it. Now spell it.
I have to write that out, bro. Yo,
And an
look,
emoji.
the emoji I can do, but I have to write that out. I can't spell that off the dome, man. Y'all, look, let me introduce y'all to our guest, man. This brother is a friend of the podcast. He's crew and he's family with us, man. But he's been on before, but it's been a while, so we're catching up. And we're going to have a real good time, y'all. His brother is the founder and pitmaster of Smoky Soul Barbecue Chicago. He started that venture up in 2013. And he used to be a special education teacher, but the barbecue bug got him. And he's diving into this thing head first and full time, y'all. But he has been honored all types of ways. He won the Preserve the Pit from Kingsford grant back in 2021. And y'all, he is really carving out his own style in Chicago. And for y'all who don't know, Chicago barbecue is definitely its own thing, but our guest is doing his own thing. And he's changing the way folks look at barbecue in Chicago, y'all. He's been featured on Fox 32 Chicago. He's been on WGN's Daytime Chicago. He's partners with Weber Grills, Spice House. He's doing classes. He's doing pop-ups. He's doing exclusive dinners. He's all over the place. Anywhere you look at Chicago and you're looking for barbecue, you're going to come across this brother. Y'all, welcome back to the podcast, Chef Daniel Hammond. Daniel, what's going on, bruh?
Gratitude, my friend. Gratitude. I appreciate your nice introduction. Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Introduction.
it was all true. I didn't lie on you, did I?
Just a little. No, I'm just playing. No, you're good. You're good. Make me sound good. It's almost like Club Shay Shay up here. That's a nice introduction.
Where's my drink?
All right. Right. Yeah. My wife was supposed to bring some coffee, but I never got it. So here we are.
We're here, man. It's good to have you back, brother. You know, I think last time we saw you was season 1, so it's been a couple years.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. What season are you in now?
We're in season 3.
Treats.
Yeah, man.
That fast.
I'm telling you. And we're deep into season 3 too.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, I started getting jealous because I saw some repeat offenders on here, and I'm like, they didn't call me back yet.
We ain't forget about you, brother. You're episode 5.
All right, I'll take it.
Absolutely,
we're gonna have words.
Absolutely. So, you know, when you were on the first time, man, one of the discussions we were having is, you know, I'm originally from up there by you, so I understand what Chicago barbecue was, but it's evolving and it has evolved. You know, what do folks say about the new style of barbecue that's happening in Chicago, and especially with the contributions that you're making to it?
I think that I think we're leaning more towards craft barbecue a lot more. Shout out to Lynn's Barbecue because they're like the mecca of barbecue in Chicago, and they just won a James Beard award this year for American Classic Award. However, that's for nostalgia purposes. In Chicago, the uprising of craft barbecue with the Texas style mixed with other different regions is a movement that people are looking for now. It's no longer niche. Chicago style barbecue was a niche. It's a niche product, like rib tips, hot links. It's niche. You know what I mean? Very, very much a particular thing. And at least what I'm trying to do is kind of build the concept of the people reflecting the food. Or the food reflecting the people. Chicago is full of immigrants, both internationally and domestically. And so we are here now, and now we have a melting pot of people. And thus, Chicago style barbecue should be a melting pot of styles, regional styles as well, even styles from internationally. So that's what people are seeing now is the uprising of the craft barbecue scene in Chicago. We have Sanders Barbecue and Let's the Betty, Green Street Smoked Meats, all these great places that are putting out excellent barbecue and taking the top spots in people's favorite places.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And so, what would you say, since the last time you joined us, what's been like your biggest milestones or challenges that you've come across since the last time you was on here?
Wow. Milestones. The pop-up scene. I've been blessed to be able to step into the pop-up scene pretty well here in Chicago. I I thought what I was doing was pop-ups when I was just, selling plates for people to come pick up. And that wasn't no damn pop-up, because once I realized what pop-ups really are like, and then I realized, I was just selling plates. My mentor, Chef Julius Russell, who passed away last year, he used to
Sorry
tell
to hear
me,
that, brother.
yeah, man. It was a sad day, but he really believed in what I was doing, and he told me, he said, "You are no longer that guy that's selling plates, Daniel." He said, "What you're doing is something better than what a lot of people are doing around the country." And he said, "I want you to keep your foot on their neck and keep going." And so when he told me that, I said, "All right, let's hit this pop up scene." And I think doing the pop ups are a great accomplishment. Um, right the week after he passed away, he was telling me, well, the week before he passed away, he was telling me how he was preparing me for TV. He passed away, and I landed the WGN spot the week after that. So being on local television, at least I think I'm at 5 times now. I've been on local television since last April.
Yeah.
With another appearance coming up in a few weeks. I think that's one of my largest accomplishments. Working with Weber Grill Restaurant and doing their Weber classes at the cooking school out in Lombard, Illinois. That's also a great accomplishment to me as well. No real setbacks except January and February kick your ass.
Oh yeah.
That's
That hawk come out, Jack.
man, January and February
yeah.
kick your ass. You're like the
Hey.
entire restaurant industry get punched in the face.
Absolutely,
and so
man.
imagine the catering, will be not much different. So no real setbacks, man. I'm just full speed ahead right now. Starting some new ventures. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Jeff and Charlie, Chef Daniel is referring to WGN. Back on, we call that Channel 9.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I remember watching Michael Jordan on that
Yeah.
channel. It
Hey,
came through
listen.
South Carolina.
There you
Yup.
go.
Listen, man,
There you go.
you get on Channel 9, bro, like, that is a big, big deal for
It's a
folks
big-
from Chicago,
Yeah.
bro.
Right.
Like, we hold Channel 9 near and dear to our hearts, man, because
Yep.
they keep it real over there, man. So shout out to you being on the old number 9 that many times, bro.
Yeah. Man, and back on in 3 weeks. That's crazy.
I love it. I love it.
Good deal. Chef Daniel, this is Jeff from Outdoors with Jeff. I just want
Yes,
to
sir.
follow up because we're going to go into your pop-ups here on the second half of the interview. But if you can kind of explain, because a lot of people, when you say the word pop-up, it has different, I'll put it to you like this. Living in Atlanta, a pop-up is much different than a Vegas pop-up.
Facts.
And I get what you say about what you're doing and looking at
Yeah.
what you put out. So can you kind of explain the difference in that and what people may think when it comes to that?
Okay, that's fine. So you can categorize it, right? So when I was originally doing it and calling it a pop up, I essentially was cooking and people would come pick up food for me at my crib. You know what I mean? And then you have what people who have like mobile units might go and slide to the side over here by the lake at the park and set up shop, and you can call that a pop up. But in true culinary Chicago restaurant scene form, a true pop up here is when you have a chef, and this chef has a product that's kind of that might be sought after in some kind of way. He teams up with the location, whether it be a bar, whether it be a brewery, whether it be another a restaurant. He teams up with those people, and he is basically the feature of that situation. So, or he or she, excuse me, got to be politically correct. So, so like just that's essentially what the pop up is. The pop up is, and then you promote it as that.
And to go along with that, when you look at that, at those features and you look at what you're selling, you're getting some good craft barbecue, but it's almost like an experience.
Yes, yes.
Eh,
Pop-ups are an experience. Yes, absolutely. Which is why
And I
people you could charge a little top dollar for them too, every now and then.
exactly.
So we haven't talked to you for a while on the pod. Been a couple of seasons. I want to know, like, what has been your personal growth or new skills that you've acquired since the last time you've been doing a lot of stuff. We see you on social media all the time. You've been winning.
Mhm.
What do you do new now?
I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot more video editing. Um, Getting into that a lot more. Understanding a lot of different concepts of video editing and things like that. I already had the eye, so it's about just what do I want to see? How do I do what I want to see? You know what I mean? I do
Yeah.
have a videographer that comes out and takes video of me as well. But a lot of times when I do stuff for myself, I'm learning on the fly. You know what I mean? And so I invest in what I'm doing. I invest in my business. That doesn't always mean buy a grill or buy some meat. I buy cameras. I buy I just bought the new what are the Ray-Ban glasses, the joints.
Oh,
Yeah, the
all
ones he
right.
got on. Yeah, Brandon got them
He
on.
has it on there.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, so I think they come like tomorrow or something like that.
You'll
And
love
I'm
them.
gonna be, I know I will. I'm gonna be using that for content, and for it's gonna be a lot of like, hey, I know it was like 3-minute video, but I could do a 3-minute video and do like some content with that, and I just want to play with it and learn and keep going. So I think video editing is definitely one of those things that I'm learning and getting better, much better at. Um, as far as cooking techniques are concerned, I mean, just polishing what I already know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's all about making the best product and doing it, and the technique is just owning it. That's it.
So since you've been doing things from a craft barbecue uh lens or experience, what are the locals saying about what you're doing? Because I know that people who come in from out of town or even the transplants, but the old school audience who would go to like a Limbs or a Leon's or someplace like that, what's their take on what you're doing and what the other Pitmasters in Chicago are doing?
I am from what I'm seeing. Those are some of my biggest supporters. The older crowd, because what's happening is that the nostalgia of those places that they're used to is still fine and it still hits the spot. But they my older heads, they really want what their mom was making or their dad was making back in the backyard. And, that was craft barbecue. That was getting down with it with your hands and getting some of the best meats at the market and putting on the grill, and you know what I mean. So what I'm getting the same remarks I'm getting from everybody else, which is I love this barbecue and this is special. You have Limbs here. I would get this on some days where I just got a hankering for barbecue, or when I want something that is special and I want to splurge a little bit, or they'll call me, or they'll go, or I'll send them over to Sanders. You know what I mean? Because they love that, they love uh, the premium flavors, the premium cooking, just the difference between the hot and fast of traditional Chicago style barbecue and the aquarium smoker, and moving over to a more southern take, which the implants from the South in Chicago, we're known for it. We're known for it. People who are coming up from the South and living and bringing their traditions here. So it's familiar in both ways.
Yeah.
It's familiar with the nostalgia of Limbs, and craft barbecue is familiar to our people here as well, based off of what they know when they grew up, or whether their family is from the South, things like that. So
Are you doing much hot and fast cooking these days, or are you typically staying to the
I
slow and
am
low stuff?
I kind of it's kind of a mix between the two. So certain things can go hot and fast for me. So I am really loving like cooking steaks, and like, and I'm really loving the different types of versions of steak I can cook. I love the fact that I stick with one method, which is reverse searing. I
Yes,
think
sir.
that's the best method.
That's superior method,
Yes.
brother. I don't care what
For
anyone
sure.
Like
says.
Perfect every time.
you couldn't tell me otherwise, and it has to be the reverse sear. I believe should only be done on a barbecue grill. Like it should only be done on a grill with fire because it's doing something that it's just taste superior to me. Like it's everything about it. So I'm enjoying that, and I'm enjoying also teaching that to people as well because people are still learning. Like even the people on Fox a couple of months ago, they're like, what is reverse sear?" A lot of people don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, well, this is what you're doing. You're basically doing what you always did with a steak, but in reverse
Yeah, man.
and on the grill. So I'm enjoying the hot and fast cooking of that. Um, you know, open fire cooking has always been a love for me. I like to do a lot of like breakfast things in open fire as well. So yeah, it's all part of the game.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good deal. Good deal. Chef Daniel, I want to follow back up on something you said earlier. Two things. You said the word premium, and I got a two-part question for you
Uh-huh.
here. I talked with Brandon the other day, and we were talking about how when you look at your setup, the craft barbecue, how you present yourself, how you present your pop-ups, your all your food, even down to your website. And even when you look down at the flavors, like you're talking about the whiskey glazed rib tips, the apple garlic smoked wings, the smoked jerk wings, even going to the chipotle aioli slaw.
Mhm.
You really bring high quality and presentation, even
Yes.
down to your website. And like you said earlier, you talked about at the pop-ups being able to charge that premium price because
Yeah.
you're putting a premium product out there. And the other thing I really like about your website is most places when you're dealing with catering and all that type stuff, it's you got to get somebody on the phone, this or that. It says right here, if you want a full pan of smoked jerk legs, $95.
Right.
And you put that stuff right out there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of negotiation or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that because a lot of times you get people that, especially in other areas that may say, well, barbecue is too expensive, but you're showing that you're putting a high quality product out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that reputation is always key. I mean, understanding when you put yourself out there, what are you presenting to people as far as who you are? How are you presenting it? This is why being able to like take pictures and take quality pictures, learn how to take quality pictures. You know what I mean? Learn. You don't always have to hire a photographer or anything like that to do quality shots of your food. There's a way to do this. So the way you present it, the work that they see you put in online is the work that they feel as though they're gonna get when they order from you or when they eat with you. So I think that you have a situation where you can say, yeah, this rib is this much money. Okay, this rib is $19 for a whole slab, and other people are like, that's a deal. And I'm like, yeah, is it? You know what I mean? Because and you have to analyze those things because I used to be that guy. You know what I mean? I used to, price myself out, like lowball myself, not realizing or not having the knowledge to know that, I might not be charging enough money. And one thing Rasheed Phillips taught me, and Rashid when he comes to town, we always hanging out. And Rashid said, it's a difference between making money and making profit. My head
All right
exploded.
now. Right.
Okay. My head exploded. I said, damn. Like, I feel like I ain't done either. Like, because I've been playing. So then I had to learn to cost myself out in every single way. My reputation already shows that people like my barbecue. And people will eat my barbecue. You can always start small. You don't have to start with briskets and all that stuff like that. You can start small. And then you can then let people taste what you're doing. And then when you realize people are willing to pay for it, that's when you can say, now how do we really want to price this? How do we what is this really worth? I'm spending 12, 13 hours on this brisket. And when I slice it, it cuts like butter. That's a lot of work.
Mhm.
Those of us that cook briskets know that's a lot of work. Then you want to look at the barbecue restaurants that are in your area, the ones that are doing the same barbecue you're doing. Look at their pricing and see what they're doing and then compare yourself to them. That's another thing. You see people in line trying to get to this barbecue. How does my barbecue stack up? This is why I travel the country tasting barbecue. I want to know where I stand. You know what I mean? So if I stand toe to toe with one of the best barbecue spots in the city, then what's their pricing? Because if people willing to pay for that, I know they can pay for mine.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
don't sell yourself short.
So I want to ask you about being on TV. You've been on TV a few times on the networks, and how does that feel? Being in that studio, cooking in front of the cameras, and knowing a whole bunch of people are watching. Was that kind of intimidating? I know you got a few under your belt now, but the first time, I want to talk about the first time.
The first time. All right. So the first time, I don't know if it was intimidating or not. I was nervous, but it wasn't intimidating. There was something about it. One thing you guys might not know about me, I have a bachelor's degree in theater. So
Okay.
being on stage is normal. I'm also a former singer. I'm used to being in
That's
front
right.
of people. I'm used to that part. Being on TV is that step. I wasn't intimidated, but I damn sure was nervous because I'm like, I don't want to fuck up. I fuck up and burn myself or something like that. Cut my damn finger off on national television. And I'm like, Lord, I said, let's just, I did my setup. I set up the place real nice. And then, I said, I'm gonna keep it very simple. We're gonna cook this, and then I'm gonna serve this to them, and they're gonna like it, and I'm gonna talk my shit. And at that point, the ladies, they love me up there at WGN. They love me over at Fox. I also bring the icebreaker. I bring the staff food.
Ah, there you go.
I feed them. So I have a whole setup for them in the back, just for them to eat.
Oh, they like you a lot.
They love me.
Oh yeah.
I had one guy, he's one of the producers that were at Fox. I'm walking past, leaving. He's in the window doing this. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I got you now, buddy. Got you now. See you soon.
Should be on there every quarter.
That's right. You got you, and it's a great tool because I can attract companies to work with me.
Yeah.
Just based off of the fact that I've been on local news or local TV. You know what I mean?
And
Just based off that.
repeatedly.
Right.
That speaks to a huge amount of credibility, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good deal. Hey, you described barbecue as a form of ministry. Can you kind of go a little bit deeper into that for us?
Form of ministry. Yeah. I think that in a lot of cases, all art is ministry. But so if it's this art form to me, I believe understanding why we call it soul food and understanding why this is so important, why they call it comfort food, because it's doing something on the inside. Now, it might not all be good for you, okay? Lord knows I done got half bone supply, all right? And my waistline showed it, okay? So I'm trying to side note, I'm trying to drop this weight. Don't judge me, all right? So I think that that's what makes it the ministry in itself. To understand that you're putting your soul into the food to feed souls of people. You know what I mean? To make people feel great just by trying your food. And when they take that first bite, and them eyes roll in the back of their head, their heart pounds because they remember their grandma making them rib tips like that back in the day. I gotten this reaction. This is a true reaction. And then they give you a big hug and a kiss. And then the other day I had a young lady who was like, "Are you married?" I'm like, "Ma'am, He said, man, because I'm looking for a man that can cook. See, that's a soul tie, man. So yeah, I'm starting to tweet them. That's a soul tie. She felt the soul. She felt my soul right there. You understand that? She was attracted. Amen. She was attracted to me. Now we can listen, okay? So I have to tread lightly when I talk about certain things.
Right.
So don't do let me hide all the knives in the house.
You better.
You better find a nice hiding spot too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, listen, y'all, let's take a little break, man. Pay a few bills, y'all. Make sure you check out our sponsors. And don't just look at these commercials. Get out there and order something, y'all. We'll be right back.
We like you to meet Sweet Charlene, the barbecue seasoning created from family bonds that is low in sodium but high in flavor. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a seasoned pitmaster. Level up your barbecue game with this dry rub that has amazing taste and great color. Go to eddierightbarbecue.com right now and order your choice between the 6-ounce shaker bottle, the 16-ounce bag, or my favorite, the 32-ounce bag, and start rubbing your beef, pork, and poultry the right way.
All right, y'all, we're back from the break, man. So, brother, you work with some amazing companies. What's going to be the next big thing you want to do? Because you work with Weber, you know, you've done your thing with Kingsford, all the other companies. Like, what's the one you really, really want to hit? Not necessarily the company, but what kind of partnership do you want to get into?
Well, funny you said that. I just landed a partnership with Wild Fork.
Oh, nice.
And it was actually by accident. I wouldn't say by accident, but that wasn't the original goal. So I'm doing free barbecue courses this year for the students. I know we're going to touch on this during this interview, probably.
Yes, sir.
But I reached out to some companies to sponsor, and they are interested in sponsoring, but on a side note, they sent me an email saying, "Hey, we checked out what you were doing, and I even sent a video of me on the news to them on LinkedIn, and they said, well, we like that video, and we would like to know if you would like to cater and cook at one of our locations for our barbecue, for like outdoor our barbecue in the parking lot every 2 weeks. Send us a quote." I said, damn, I wasn't even asking for all that, but okay, I'll send you a quote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But
There you go.
They said, we'll provide the meat, blah, blah, blah. I said that, see, it's those partnerships with places that I shop. I like to be in cahoots with people that I shop with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because I trust the brand. You know what I mean? My dream, okay, guys, I gotta admit, not even a partnership. I want to be on a barbecue show.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been close. I've been extremely close, but no cigar. I want to be on one of the barbecue competition shows, and I ain't even about to be coy about it. Like, that's what I want to do. I think that I would do great. I think I would shine on there. And then I want to build relationships through that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to build a relationship with Food Network or whoever. You know what I mean? I got so many great ideas that if somebody asked me what's an idea, then I would be like, okay, I got like 5 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go. You know what I mean? I've been waiting on you to answer me this. Let's go. Because I mean, don't mean to sound thirsty, but that's really like I would love that. I would love to be on that setting, on that stage, to show off what we're doing here at Smoky Soul in Chicago, and show off how important barbecue is to our region and how important it is to me. I could care less whether I win or lose.
Yeah.
I just want to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, man.
It's a part of the culture. It's a part of the culture that I sweat and the bleed, and you know what I'm saying. And so that's like my ideal like connect. You know what I mean, to have that. But
Yeah, man. And I don't think that's thirsty, brother. You have to go for what you want, man.
yeah,
And especially in this this crazy world of barbecue. You know, the reason why we're even sitting here, man, is because bro, we don't always get a fair shot
right.
in our own culture, which is just
Bananas.
mind boggling.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
You know, it's absolutely
Mhm.
filthy crazy work. And so no, man, I say go for it. And you know, when I meet other creators at events and stuff like that, and a lot of times people are shy to go up and talk to the featured pitmasters or chefs. I'm like, man, you better go over there and talk to them
Go
people.
talk to them. That's
Like,
right.
you take up space. Like, you here for a reason.
That's right.
And those people are cool as hell.
Yeah,
You better go build them relationships, man.
That's
And so
correct.
no, bro, I don't think that's
Yeah.
thirsty, brother. If that's what you want to do, man, keep striving for that
yeah,
shit, brother.
that's correct. I totally agree. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so I want to roll into your pop-ups, into your classes, because I want you to tell everybody about the Smoke and Spice and Everything Nice and your Barbecue Legacy Academy that you have coming up.
Yeah, man.
Which one you want to hear about first? Which one you're really
Hey,
interested in?
let's start
I
with that
know what
Smoke and Spice.
yeah. Hold on. All right,
Uh-oh.
here we go.
All clear.
All clear. So this was an idea that a friend of mine told me I should do 2 years ago. All right. She said, you know what you should do? You should do like a women's class. I think that would be nice. I said, what do you mean? She's like, think about it. She was like, dang it, think about it. I think you should do it. I think if you do a barbecue class and while you posting all the pictures with meat on your shoulder and all that stuff, women like stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about it like that, but okay. You know what I mean? So I didn't think nothing of it until I had went to a game night earlier this year or something like that, February. And there was a group of women at the table with me. We were all playing Uno. And it was just me, I'm the only guy. And then she was telling the same lady that was telling me to do it, she was with me. And she said, he's thinking about doing a women's class. What do you guys think? And they chimed in like crazy. They was like, oh my God, I would love that. You should do it. Blah, blah, blah. And they tell me all the reasons why they would do a class to teach women how to work the grill efficiently. One of the ladies was like, I don't have a man at home anymore. Boom, boom, bing. I would love to learn. Boom, and then they'll to say, hey, what's better than a nice handsome man teach you how to barbecue and give you a glass of wine while you're doing it, huh? So I was thinking of it like I'm gonna like kind of push this as like a sipping paint for barbecue.
There you go.
And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be gold. I said, invite your friends. This could be anything from a Mother's Day gift, a birthday outing, an engagement, like what's it called, a bachelorette, gathering, anything. You sign your girls up, 150 a pop. I got a grill for it's gonna be 2 women to a grill, 2 or 3 women to a grill. I'll have my own grill in the middle. You guys are gonna have wine. I'm gonna have on a hat and then a leather apron, looking all nice, and they're gonna enjoy themselves.
Man.
So the Barbecue Legacy Academy, in turn, is essentially I'm gonna have the kids do their class for free and let their mamas pay for it. That's the city pay for their class. That's see the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So with this course, it's different. It's a little bit different because the women's course is just like one class, and they'll have a particular menu on it. But the youth course is a 6-week program for the summer, and I will be teaming up with a local high school here, Gary Comer College Prep. They're an agriculture-based school, so agriculture. They have a culinary program there and everything. So I reached out to them and told them about what I want to do because at that time I had to find where can I do this class at. I can't, I could put it out there, but where can I do this at? You know what I mean? So I reached out to them, I pitched it to them, and they loved it. And I ended up saying, okay, cool. Now that we got this show on the road, let's make some phone calls. I called Weber. I emailed Weber, and they're like, all right, we got you. We sending 5 grills. We sending 5 grills and accessories, covers for the grills. Cool. I hit up Kingsford. The Kingsford story is so funny, man, because I reached out to them on Instagram. They know who I am. I reached out to them on Instagram, and their response, I pitched it to them. Their response was so generic. It was like, oh, hi, thank you for reaching out. We love when our fans do this, that, and the third, but we do not have anything at this moment. I said, oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that response. Let 2 days pass. I get another message from that same Instagram account saying, hi, Daniel. We are sorry that our customer service rep responded to you before bringing this to us. What do you need?
You in trouble?
They said, right. I said, somebody go get, all right.
They hit you with the standard curve, right?
Yeah, right. I was puzzled. So I said, I know damn well I told them who I was, and I reminded them who I was, but the person who responded back was like, no, we're sorry, what do you need? So actually, ironically, today, they sent it just got here today, they sent the pallet of charcoal,
Good
48,
stuff.
All right.
48 bags. Both the charcoal and the grills, I will be donating to the high school. So from here on out, that's theirs. So I will
That's
be
awesome.
I'll be doing the classes there. I told the lady, I said, listen, these grills mean nothing for me. I have enough. I want you guys to have the grills, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna run this back next year.
That's awesome.
And then all the charcoal, I think I took like 10 bags of the charcoal, put to the side. But the rest of them, she came up and picked them up in the truck. I said, that's y'all charcoal. Put it away somewhere. That's for them. And then that's when I had Wild 4 come on. I was supposed to have Mariano's, but they had to back out. But we're looking at other options as well. And that I think that's going to be great because I have a plan for these kids, and I'm going to teach them like some really cool things in barbecue. I'm also going to have a chalkboard of some sort up. I'm also going to teach them cuts of meat as well, which cut of meat they might be cooking. I'm going to teach them how to prep a brisket. I'm going to have a Magic of TV pre-made brisket ready at the end of the class, so I could teach them how to carve the brisket. So I might make like 3 or 4, just to work with it. But let's see what happens. But the goal is to make sure that they leave with some sort of knowledge on what they're doing, and you never know what that might build from there. You might never know who might come out of that saying, "This is what I want to do," and that's really what it's about. It's about like teaching someone and encouraging them to do something that they would love to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we get off of here, bro, I got to holler at you because I'm working on something very similar on the collegiate level.
Nice.
And I can't announce it yet or get into too many details on here. But yeah, when we get off, bro, I definitely got to holler at you because
absolutely,
that's something that's becoming more and more popular. And we're seeing it a lot more here in Texas where they're doing basically sports teams, but it's barbecue. They're doing barbecue teams as competition. And
that's key because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no, go ahead, brother.
At the end of the course, at the last class, I want to do it like a friends and family come out, and I just want the kids to just grill what they want to grill, and I want them to share what they learn, and not a competition per se, but one of them, might, I might have something. I probably get some stuff around here, like some Weber stuff around here that I can give away. You know what I mean? I got a box, right? If y'all don't know, if you see the background, it's got a box. It's on the floor because of all this.
We all got those rooms, brother.
So I might have like a little, I have like a little go anywhere grill. Maybe I give one away to one of them who really excels in the class. So it depends on the situation. I don't like to single anybody out, but we'll see. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, look, we know you like Trick Daddy. We know Chef Daniel love the kids, man. And I want to ask you about. I mean, you came from education? Is this kind of your way getting back in a little bit from that standpoint?
Absolutely. I think I got the bug last year when I did the Weber cooking class, and it was like, this just goes well with you, because I also did demos. I did barbecue demos for Austin Town Hall Farmers Market, and I did both of those things. That wasn't even about money. It was about movement. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. It had nothing to do with money. I could have made money doing a bunch of other things at those times, but it was about movement to me. And just teaching, it reminded me, one, that I was pretty decent at instruction, and then I'm like, well, let's incorporate my skill set. What's my skill set? I'm an educator, So what did I do? I continued my studies in regional barbecue and Chicago-based barbecue, and now they call me a historian in barbecue. I've been on the radio, like, talking about it, and I would not say I'm a historian, but they would. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just me. You know what I mean? Nah, forget it, I'm a historian. I know a lot more about Chicago barbecue than a lot of the people that were born around that time. So that's just me. You know what I mean? So I'm just utilizing my skill set. What works for me? You know what I mean? And how can I help others? How can I build others? How can I be a leader in this industry and not just say, hey, I got good barbecue? You know what I mean?
So with your skill set of being an educator in the past, and you're kind of, as Jeff was saying, you're kind of guiding back to that in the area of barbecue.
Yeah.
And you told us how or what you're going to teach them how to cook. How did you structure the curriculum for that age range, and in a way that it would help them learn in a productive way of how to make barbecue and keep them interested? Because kids are interested, but how do you keep them interested?
I haven't figured that part out just quite yet. I think it's going to be a trial and error situation. However, I do have. I love the fact that the students that I will have are also agriculture-based students, so they do understand the time and attention it takes to do certain things in that industry. That will help in learning how to do this barbecue thing. Now, here's the cool thing about barbecue: fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We can start there. Fire.
Yeah.
If I could teach you how to make a proper fire and watch that process, people, I don't know what it is, but they love it. People love it. People love to smell it. People love, to see it. Just don't, just be careful. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
all. And then prepare them for, cooking and seasoning and all that stuff. That's in our blood. So we're gonna really enjoy it. We're gonna really enjoy that. So the best thing I could do is talk to them, ask them questions, allow it to be more hands-on than just talking. You know what I mean, to them. So that was me as a regular teacher. I was more hands-on than anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I think a Weber kettle is a great tool.
Oh, my
yeah, for first-time grillers.
I always recommend that.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Somebody's first grill.
And I don't say that because of, because of my relationship, but I have that relationship because I love them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because I love the product. And why not? Why not learn your first grilling concepts? I can teach you how to do everything on that grill.
Sure can.
Everywhere from smoking to grilling to rotisserie, you can do on that grill, and it works every time. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, bro. I just did a video on the that new stealth kettle they just dropped.
Yeah.
And,
did you get one?
Yeah, I got it. And
Yeah.
man,
Mine's still in box. I haven't unboxed it yet.
hey, it looked like Vader's Weber kettle, man. That's what it looks like. Oh yeah.
I'm a spoiler alert. I haven't made my video yet. I haven't got around to making the video yet because I have to, because they send it to me. I gotta have a deliverable. So my video is not going to be Vader. Everybody was doing Vader. Okay, I'm doing Knight Rider.
I knew you were going to say that.
Let's
I
go.
knew it.
I love it.
As soon as
I'm
you
doing
said
Knight
not
Rider,
Vader,
baby.
knew it.
Listen, look, hold on. Hold on, where it's at? Because I know it's up. Jesus Christ.
Man.
Look, we doing Night Rider, man.
All right.
I thought you was gonna pull out a David Hasselhoff figure, man. I'm a
Close
little
enough.
disappointed, bro.
Close enough. This is also, hey, you know what? You won't be disappointed because you know what this is also?
What is it?
It's a Transformer.
Shut up.
Really?
Yep. It's a Transformer.
Now,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
So now I redeem myself.
You did.
Yeah. That's on the top.
So now let me ask you this, bro. You've had so many things going on, man, and you got so much going on. But when you look down the road, 5 years from now, what's Smoky Soul looking like, bro?
I'm the goal. My goal is to open a restaurant. That's always been my dream. I have been, kind of moving away from that concept for now. But my goal is to open a restaurant one day. 5 years down the line, I expect for Smoky Soul to be a brick and mortar, and the like destination for barbecue, or at least one of them here in Chicago. I'm looking to travel more with my barbecue as well. So I don't get the air miles you guys got. You know what I mean? I know you guys are talking about that. I'm be honest with you, man. I haven't traveled much in my lifetime. So I've been places, but not as much. You know what I mean? Not as often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanna get around, and I wanna see more barbecue in other places.
Hey, man, all you got to do is tuck yourself into one of Ron's suitcases.
Ron everywhere. Ron every time I turn around.
Hey,
Ron everywhere.
I think that's the only brother that's got me beat, man.
Oh yeah.
I have to concede to Ron.
Ron be driving a lot of places too. Don't get it twisted.
Bro, Ron drove down here to get a load of post oak and went back on.
Yeah. I believe that.
And you got to help me put pressure on Ron. Ron, I've been telling you, you need to come on. You said you was coming. We waiting on you, bro.
What are you waiting on, man? Ron, come on, man.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
See,
I don't know.
we had the short interview at Auntie Delilah's. That ain't enough, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Now that's another thing. Just making it down to these events that everybody is at. I need to start doing. I have really just been kind of locked in on what I got going on here, to a point where I haven't really had a vacation, guys. I've been nonstop for the last 2 years, like no vacation, no real breaks. I just been hustling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's part of the game when you're an entrepreneur, right?
Oh, for sure, man. You have to handle that first, man.
Yeah.
If money is coming, you gotta secure that bag, brother. But
yeah,
if you do make it out to any of these events, man, it's a good time, bro.
I can't wait.
And
I can't wait.
We get together, and as much as it is a networking thing, man, it's family. It's a good time, man. I think you would enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I'm probably gonna get out this year. I know me. I'm probably gonna do it. Me and Rashid have been talking about a few things, and I might, make it out to Grill and Chill this year, or
okay.
It depends on what's going on. If I'm booked, I'm booked.
Yeah. Don't turn that money down, bro.
No, never. Never leave money on the table.
No, sir.
Hey, well, Chef Daniel, I just want to say, in terms of doing, I'm one of the researchers of the show, so I always end up digging up and looking up all the info on the guests and everything else, man.
Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't write those tweets. That wasn't me. No?
It was AI.
No? Okay.
Hey, man, trust me, man. It was all good stuff out there. But no, man, just want to say, because I was talking with Brandon about it a couple of days ago, man. We first interviewed you. That was back on episode 5. We're on episode. This is going to be, I believe, 73 now.
Lord.
And it's it's been a couple of years, man. But the growth that we've seen, man, in you and the content that you put out and the quality product that you put out there in terms of barbecue. You talked about some of those things. Your website, the pictures, you showing people that they're getting a high end product. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are afraid to do that. And
Really?
dude, it's just yeah. But you're putting something out there that shows, hey, this is the value that goes into this thing here. I mean, and this is it's worth what you're asking for.
Yeah.
But man, I just want to say, brother, I'm really proud of you.
Oh,
I know
thanks,
it's been a couple of years since we've talked, but
Mhm.
you've really grown, man, and what you're doing for the game of barbecue in Chicago and across the country, man. I mean, it speaks volumes because people still see the barbecue man as that guy with the trailer on the side of the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
And, you know, I get a a sandwich for $8,
Yeah, yeah,
$10, whatever the
yeah.
case may be. But
Those
you're
days are
helping reset it.
yeah, those days are old. Those days are gone. They're done now because now we have to accept the fact that barbecue is a main asset to the culinary industry, and I think that it's a lot of overlooked folk out there who are pitmasters, um, who are not getting the recognition that they deserve in the industry in general. Just take the James Beard Awards and all that stuff like that. You're not really seeing, you know, the artistry of a pitmaster get shine. I feel like they need to make an entire category. They make a category for everything else.
Yeah, man.
So but
Mhm.
we're closed in into the best chef category. You know what I mean? So we're there with the other chefs, and these chefs are good chefs, but the attention to detail that someone like an Aaron Franklin or Rodney Scott, who are the only two pitmasters to ever win a James Beard Award for best chef. Those are the only two in history. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, man.
that's alarming to me, especially considering the people like Adam Perry Lane, Kevin Bloodsoe, Rasheed Phillips, all these great folks that can cook, man, and they're getting overlooked. Another group of people that get overlooked are the caterers in these formats.
Yeah,
And I
man.
understand how we measure. I understand, but the caterers and the private chef and the chefs that are solo without anything, they're just going somewhere, they teaming up and they popping up and they putting up the best food in the city. Though they're getting overlooked as well. They're getting overlooked, and the industry is not giving them the just due that they deserve. And I understand the demographics and why, but there has to be a way to get around that so people can be exposed to some of the greatest like results of cooking they can get. And so I try to put in as much work as I possibly can to become the best version of me. So when you say people are afraid to do that, I say, are they afraid or are they lazy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because being afraid, I'm
Yeah.
afraid, saying I'm scared of something that doesn't compute, but you might just not be willing to do the work. You know
True.
what I mean?
Mhm.
You know what?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I think that's a big part of it because, like Jeff was saying, when you look on your website or even on your social media, when you put those images up, you're basically like, this is a promise that this is what I'm going
Yeah.
to deliver.
That's what you're getting. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we all know the tremendous amount of work that it takes to deliver that product over and over again. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, everybody's not up to that.
Yeah. And that's fair. When you guys see me do stuff, with the exception of a couple of videos, my website, the flyers, all of that is all me. I don't have a team. It's me. If you look behind the scenes, oh, that's Daniel at the computer. It's all me the entire time. You got to be willing to do the work.
That's
And
true.
I when I left my job back in 2022, when I left teaching and decided to do this full time, I had to understand that this wasn't just about cooking barbecue. Because if that's the case, I could have kept selling plates.
Yeah. Now, building that brand, brother.
Yeah.
Building that brand, man. And, to touch on what you were saying about recognition with Pitmasters as opposed to, what the chefs get and, Pitmasters really having their own category. Let me ask you this. What role do you think that Black Pitmasters are playing in innovating and preserving barbecue as it stands today?
We are the innovators. Everything else is a carbon copy.
Yes, sir.
I say it. I don't want to offend, But the reason why brother Darren has the Unknown Black Pitmasters is to understand the history behind behind something that we innovated, we pioneered, we started, and we shared it with the world. So where we stand, I'm not, like I said, I rather collaborate over compete. You know what I mean? So I don't want to split the art form up into that. However, our place here are as the forefathers. Our ancestors' places are as the forefathers of barbecue and what it stands for. The smoking of meats, the live fire cooking. That was taught from us, not to us. So we stand to continue the legacy and to show that we do have a place in the current state. And it's not just about Johnny Trigg, Myra Mitson, who I've had their food and I'm better than them. I say that wholeheartedly. And that's no shade to them because they're legends. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only saying that that's the platform that they're on, the pedestal that they're on, and there are guys who are better, that look like me, that don't get the recognition in the larger barbecue circles. Because I hate to be like this. I hate this part of me because you know what I mean? Because they're circle jerking each other the entire goddamn time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, excuse my language.
No, lay it out, brother.
It's a lot of circle jerking under the certain conglomerate of people, and they're ignoring the ones that actually can do it superior. I hate. I've seen there's some great pitmasters out there of all races.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best I've seen are Asian, Hispanic. Some of the best. But let's not forget what it started. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget your spot. Don't forget your place. And if they don't give you a place, you make it. If they don't give you a place in it, if you have melanin in your skin and they don't give you a place on the seat at that table, damn it, you either do one or two things. You take a seat, you grab a chair and take a seat yourself, or you make your own table.
Yeah, brother.
One of the two.
Hey.
But I'm not, I love honing in on the African American experience when it comes to the barbecue culture. I love honing into that, but I also understand that there is a camaraderie amongst everyone in the circle that can we sit down? I don't care what you are. Can we sit down and have a damn steak together? I don't care who you vote for. I don't care about none of that. Can we sit down and have some brisket? Let's go slice that brisket over there. Give me a piece of the fatty.
You don't want the lean, man.
No, I like the lean, but it depends on who's making it. Depends on who's making it. If the lean is acting up, it's too dry, and a lot of folks don't know how to cook it right.
Yeah.
But it depends on who's making it. But I say that to say this, and I'm a land the plane. I think that our place here is right where it should be, which is at the necks of those that think we shouldn't be here.
Yes, sir. I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
I couldn't agree more. That's why we sitting here on the Black Smoke Barbecue podcast, brother.
That's right. And you can quote me on that. I don't care about what nobody say about it. And I like everybody. I love everybody. So everybody can get this love.
Brother.
Everybody can get it. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm very aware of the culture and how we are not, we're not being represented properly in certain circles.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, brothers, we up against the hour, man. I think we can get ready to wrap this thing up, y'all. Chef Daniel, tell the folks where they can find you, brother.
Well, you can find me on Only Grills. That's OnlyFans.
So you
Hey,
see
me
what you
too. I
started?
told you I'm gonna be greased up on that joker. You just wait.
Let me stop giving you ideas, man.
Yeah, please stop.
I set it up. You knock them down. Let me stop giving you fucking ideas. Only grills is gonna be a thing, and I want you to know that I need y'all to be the ones to help you with it. Because think about it. Just think about it. All right,
We got you. We got you. I'm gonna speak for them, even though they don't want me to. We got you, bro.
We might work up better than Black Planet, you know?
Black Planet is crazy. Black Planet. All right, so hit me up. I'm on Instagram, your favorite Pitmaster. My business, Smoky Soul BBQ Chicago on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I think it's Pitmaster DH or something like that. Just type in my name. Facebook, I'm on there. Daniel Hammond. YouTube, Second City Smoke with Pitmaster Daniel Hammond on YouTube. I got some videos that I haven't even finished editing yet. Come out and check out some of the episodes I got. And I'm in Chicago. If you in the city, let me know. I'll let you know what's what over here. You gotta check in. All right? You gotta check in. So let me see. Anything else? What else about me? Oh yeah, www.smokingsoulbbq.com. And that's it. That's all my situations.
My man. Charlie, tell the folks where they can find you, bro.
Everywhere you see the name Charlie Maverick, and sometimes it might be lurking in a comment on YouTube, Patreon, come talk to me. I'm a fun guy. Come talk to me. I want to talk. Come on. I'm just saying.
Jeff, tell the folks where they can find you, bro.
You can find me at Outdoors with Jeff. That's GEOFF on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, fan base, and I went on back to Black Planet. We're gonna give it another go. So,
my man,
Black Planet too.
How long are you going to have this trial period?
Are you serious?
He's dead
Yes,
serious.
sir. Oh, yes,
serious.
sir.
He's
Oh,
dead
Black
serious.
Planet is back, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send
That's
you
the hell it
invite,
is,
bro.
Daniel. I'm telling you.
I'll send you the invite this evening, brother.
I'll stay away from Black Planet, and Black Planet got me in trouble when I was young.
Right? See?
No, thank you. No, thank you. I think I got a kid. I think I got a kid from Black Planet. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, snap.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, man.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure one of the somebody was met on Black Planet, but
Oh,
I
man.
could be wrong.
Were they in your top friends? You know?
I don't even know. I don't.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Oh,
man.
remember when that was a thing? Top friends. It offended everyone.
Lord Jesus. And folks, y'all can find me all over the place. Look for BKC Cooks. I am not on that pit of hell known as Twitter or X, whatever they call that, but
Yeah.
everywhere else, look for BKC Cooks. You will find me and this luxurious man in the spot. And also, look, y'all, check me out on the Pit Boss YouTube channel under the Backyard Bosses playlist. I am one of the Backyard Bosses, and I post videos over there monthly and sometimes even more. So get over there, check us out, y'all. And make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube to the Black Smoke Barbecue YouTube channel. And also hit our Patreon, y'all. Get over there, get your membership. We get into all sorts of things over there that we don't do here, but trust me when I tell you, you can have a whole lot of fun, y'all. We want to thank our guests and our brother and friend, Chef Daniel Hammond from Smoky Soul BBQ, for rocking with us once again. And, bro, you already know, man, you got an open invite. And whenever you come back, man, we'd be glad to have you.
All right, can't wait.
My man.
Yes, indeed.
All right, y'all. This is Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast, and we are out.
Peace.